complains about the heat, finished without a breath and not a bead of sweat, at least Lance, at least Lance sweat. I think it's quite a stretch to say that Tadej Pogacar didn't sweat. Okay, so another day in the office for Tadej Pogacar and Team UAE Emirates as Pogacar takes his third stage win of this Tour de France, and in a spectacular way, Pogacar goes for it. You can see here he winds it up, huge attack, huge move. Vingegaard doesn't really try. You can tell he's not out of the saddle. He's just looking and then quickly calculates that he cannot hold that tempo. He'll blow up and probably lose more time than he would do if he just slowly tried to do what he did 2 years ago and just reel him back in. Now, when I saw him there, just around that bend there, you can see him just come into view. I thought, oh my God, is he actually going to close Pogacar down? Is he going to actually repeat what he did 2 years ago? But that was very quickly proven wrong when the gap here, 22 seconds, just keeps opening up and he just storms past Carapaz, who, yeah, did an amazing ride. He actually attacked at like 30 something Ks to go today. Now, do you remember this from 2 years ago in 2024? Pogacar's attack on stage 11. It was the same stage as today, and it was the day 2 years ago where Pogacar left everyone behind. But Vingegaard and Roglic work hard to close the gap, but Vingegaard leaves Roglic behind, and gradually, amazingly, now this is just unimaginable this year. Could you imagine Vingegaard actually closing down Pogacar? Well, he did that 2 years ago. He managed to close down Pogacar and then sprint. Oh yeah, and Pogacar's attacking, trying to get rid of him, but he just doesn't. And it goes down to the final meters. There's a sprint between the two, which Vingegaard surprisingly wins. Now, when I first saw this, I questioned whether Pogacar, did he give this victory away? Did he decide, okay, Vingegaard's fought really hard, I'm just going to let him win the stage? I thought maybe, did he do that? But by the looks of it, looking again, he really was trying to out sprint Vingegaard. But yeah, just an amazing race between these two. But fast forward 2 years, it's nothing like that this year. Pogacar literally just rides away, and there's absolutely no one who can come close. No one can even dream of holding that wheel. And Vingegaard doesn't even try. Like you can see here, he winds it up. Huge attack, huge move. Vingegaard doesn't really try, you can tell. Pogacar goes, no one can follow, and Remco suffers. He actually loses contact with the group that he was in. But amazingly, now this is Pogacar winning. But back to Remco, here he is. Somehow he finds the group again and he sprints past all of them, and Seisas is behind him there. So is Lipowitz, his teammate, Ayuso as well. And Skelmo's there too. And Vingegaard's on the back of that group now. He's actually losing contact. But yeah, Remco, unexpected return to that group. That was a great comeback. When he was dropped on the climb leading up to the final sprint here, it didn't look like he was going to get back, but proved everyone wrong. And that's what Remco likes to do. He likes to prove people wrong. You get these discussions now, like Armstrong. Taddy knows what the real record is. You know, he's trying to say that Pogacar's trying to go for 7 Tour de France victories. Well, I don't think he's got 7 in mind. I just think he's enjoying every year as it comes, and he's going to keep going as long as he wants. He might actually decide, you know what, in a year or two, I've won 5 or 6 tours. Maybe at the 6th tour win point, he'll decide, you know what, I don't want to win 7 tours. I don't even want to beat Armstrong. And everyone will probably know, you know, he could get 7 wins. He could even get 8 wins. But maybe he'll decide to finish at 6, or maybe he will go on and try to win, who knows, 7, 8, 9 Tours de France, who knows. But I don't think he's actually thinking specifically about 7 tours. Very well-deserved combative award there for Carapaz. He actually made today's stage quite interesting. He added that extra sort of dimension to the race. It wasn't just about watching Pogacar this time, it was about Carapaz too, and I really admire his style of racing where he decides to take it on despite the likelihood of him just getting caught by Pogacar, which is what happened. This is Pogacar's 24th stage victory, so How many more can he win? How many years will it take until he can beat the all-time record of Mark Cavendish and Eddie Merckx, who's just one behind Cavendish now? Obviously, Cavendish, he's never going to win another tour stage because he's retired. So it's a record just waiting for this guy to beat. And this was interesting as well. This happened yesterday. Mentions Vingegaard talking about retirement, like actually feeling burnt out. I think he's a very family orientated guy, and I think because he's got a very young family that he's trying to raise, he doesn't get to see a heck of a lot of them. The dieting, all the training, the long training camps away from home. Like if I was a father and I had young kids, I wouldn't want to spend months and months away from them. It's totally understandable. But I think this is what gives Pogacar an edge, to be honest, against Vingegaard, because he doesn't have a young family. His partner, his girlfriend, I mean, he's not even married, but his girlfriend, his long-term partner, is a cyclist too. So she's going to understand the commitment. She's going to be understanding of the training and everything. And they probably get to train together sometimes. Whereas Vingegaard, his wife is not a cyclist. She probably doesn't really understand the mind of a cycling, competitor the way that Tadej's girlfriend does. So, yeah, the demand on him is huge, and I don't think he's actually super happy, to be honest, even now. But he's definitely a champion, and he's going to keep fighting. But what do you think about this? It says on Cycling News, another day and another Pogacar win at the Tour de France. It sounds like some fans are actually tiring of the dominance. To all the guys booing, they gave us more power. So were those fans booing because they were tired of seeing Pogacar going for victory again? Or was it something more to do with Bastille Day? Who knows? But what do you think? Are you personally tired of seeing this happen over and over again at this Tour de France? But this is what people are saying in the comments, so let me get this straight. In Eddie Merckx's era, a guy who has 500 plus wins wasn't tiring at all. I'm way too young, I wasn't even born when Eddie Merckx was riding. Obviously, I can't say anything about how fans felt about Eddie Merckx, but it was a different time, and the sport hadn't been dragged through the mud like it has been over the years since. So I don't know, I don't think it's a direct comparison how fans felt about Eddie Merckx to how they feel about Pogacar. But this person here says, how can anyone boo on Pogacar? I never understand. It's like booing on Federer. Yeah, I mean, there are other examples in different sports. Like, everyone's got favourites and everyone's sort of got biases, I guess. This person says, I would never boo Pogacar, probably the greatest rider of my generation. And I'm old enough to have also been a fan of Merckx, so this is interesting. But his ability to win every race he enters removes a certain amount of involvement. I guess it does remove a certain amount of excitement or tension, because you just know who's going to win straight away. You can pretty much go into every mountain stage with 95% certainty at this point that Pogacar is going to win that stage and extend his lead on GC. So there is a certain level of sort of boredom maybe that could develop at the same thing every single time, but it's also inspiring in a way to see someone so good at the sport. Complains about the heat, finished without a breath and not a bead of sweat, at least Lance sweat. I think it's quite a stretch to say that Tadej Pogacar didn't sweat. The cameras are pretty good quality, and but I'm not sure if you're going to see every bead of sweat on the guy's skin. But that's a pretty ridiculous comment, to be honest. Maybe he just meant that at least Lance looked like it was hard. But I mean, look at Pogacar's body language when he attacks. It's not like he's just going on a Sunday ride, just chilling out. He is actually putting power through that bike and bending his body around the bike. Killing my favourite sporting event. The peloton just needs to learn how to climb in the big chain ring. Today, I realised I'd been too naive. A lot of people are losing faith in the sport, and I think I'm at a position where I'm open to both arguments at this point, because I think you have to be to really not have a bias. Maybe I know I title my videos a certain way, but that's just to get views. But to be honest with you, I'm quite balanced at the moment. But I do wish we could see a bit more excitement in the racing. That's all I would say. Bigger climbs, bigger mountains to come, more challenges ahead. The real Tour de France starts when we hit Alpe d'Huez, in my opinion, and that will be the day that will decide the 2026 Tour de France. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next video.